Colton RV creates fantastic memories that will change your life forever. Have you dreamed of getting into glamping in your own RV? Colton RV can help you take that step into the future with a new or used RV. Talk with a Colton RV team member online, by phone, or in person and see hundreds of RVs, from tent trailers to motorhomes and everything in between. It's all about great selection, unequaled service, and low prices. Open late at 2 convenient locations, one in Tonawanda and one in Orchard Park, New York. Now is the time to see the future at Colton RV.
Want to take your camping to the next level? Then why not try glamping? Welcome to RV Glamping Adventures, where you can have a little glamour with your travel adventures. Please join your hosts, Neil and Kathy, as they share RV glamping information, RV park reviews, product recommendations, and so much more. Here's Neil and Kathy.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of RV Glamping Adventures with Neil and Kathy. I'm Neil.
And I'm Kathy. Sorry guys, we haven't done a show sooner. We've had a lot going on the last couple weeks.
A lot going on.
We were thinking back on the last show. We were talking about pros and cons of RVing in either a fifth wheel or was it a Class A?
A motorhome,
in a motorhome. And, well, listen, who cares how you're RVing as long as you're RVing? But we did choose recently, we got into a fifth wheel. And, guys, it has been like 2 thumbs up. It has been amazing.
It's incredible. This has greatly surpassed, I think, all of my expectations. I don't know about you.
Yeah, we got into a Grand Design Solitude 378 MB. We were saying 377, but it's actually an in-between model. I think it's just a different fridge.
Someone said, we have actually a very nice Samsung residential refrigerator.
I love it. Of course, typical, like this happened in our last model. All the appliances, countertops, all the finishes, I think, are nicer than what we have in our condo.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
But we love it. And, no regrets, no nothing. Everybody on Facebook keeps asking us, so how do you like it so far? Guys, it is amazing. Like, it is what, in our listing of pros and cons, it checked off a lot of boxes for us getting into the fifth wheel. We've done a show about that. Don't need to go over that all again. But now that we got it a couple weeks ago. We spent the night at the dealership.
Which is actually a great idea.
Talk about glamping in a parking lot.
Yeah, but
that's what we did.
We've heard from some people, and I think I can just say for us, this is the first time we actually stayed in the parking lot after we purchased something.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I don't know if all dealers do this, but Colton RV, what they have is a bunch of spots with hookups that when you buy an RV, but they even let you use it if you're a Colton family member.
Yeah.
By family, I mean you've bought an RV from Colton. But if, like for a night, they'll let you stay there, which has really worked out well for us in like loading up.
Yeah, that's been really helpful, yeah.
But we thought, wouldn't it be fun we were picking up the RV on a Friday. We we did a live show that night from it, which was really fun, a live show on Facebook.
That was really cool, and thank you for everybody who commented.
Yeah, and it was great to just sort of talk with everybody live and have conversations, and we had all the family over, and we just celebrated this new chapter. But it gave us a chance to be in the parking lot of the RV dealership and just try everything out. And I think, if you have that, make sure you take advantage of it, because they were able to come in the morning and tweak some stuff. And
yeah, there was like one little thing, like I think the toilet paper roll wasn't attached.
Yeah, it wasn't actually on the wall, so they did that.
But
it was like little tweaks. They had little things they had to do with the hitch. And then we could get off, and we actually took it right to the parking storage lot
that was
kind of
sad.
Yeah, it was kind of sad.
That was sad.
But what we wanted to talk about today was, of course, how much we're loving the fifth wheel, but fall camping. We've done,
it's fall glamping.
Sorry.
Say it right.
But the season doesn't have to be over. Those of you that are full-timers, you're off doing your thing. But those of us that, live in, temperatures where it gets a little chillier in the next few months.
She's saying in February it's usually 20 degrees. So
or negative.
Or negative 20 degrees.
Plus or minus, whatever. But we really wanted to take advantage of, we've been having a beautiful fall. So we wanted to take advantage of, the weather and, of course, this new RV and really getting out there. I didn't want to wait till, for a lot of us that are seasonal glampers, our season goes from like April to,
October.
Well, in the past we've gotten as far as September.
Yeah.
But, we wanted to stretch it out a little bit. So we wanted to talk to you guys about getting out there and enjoying some fall camping, fall RVing. and what that all has to offer.
Well, and one thing I want to really just reiterate here is I'm really jealous of people that live in a climate that in the fall their campgrounds stay open.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're right around
pretty
here.
limited up here.
Around Columbus Day, that seems to be the cutoff point, and rightfully so, because I think it gets really slow for people.
We've had ice storms that
busy,
shut down the city.
Yeah, and people have, usually it could snow by now, and there's a lot of people, the people who own the campground are probably done with the season.
Well, there's a lot that go, I mean, you're saying Columbus Day, but I've seen a lot in our area go until the 30th of October. And that's for, of course, you guys know we do full hookup and all of that stuff. I mean, we're not interested at this point in our lives. If I go somewhere, I want all the amenities. So I want the hookups, I want the sewer, the whole thing. And, you can go out and a lot of people do a lot of fall and winter camping with just sort of boondocking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are places for that.
Our temperatures up here get a little bit too cold. Our RV that we got isn't exactly 4-season. I would say it's a good 3-season. It's well insulated. The Grand Design is a really solid model.
Yeah, the Grand Design Solitude has got a really good R factor as far as the the insulation. There's a word in there, insulation, which is really kind of neat. I think what I found in our last motorhome, it would get pretty cold in 50 degrees, and we were out this recently, and it was 45 degrees, and it felt kind of warm.
Yeah, we had to keep the heat going, and of course we have one of these electric fireplaces in there, which was just made it warm and cozy. But, just getting out there for the fall, there's so many activities going on. Like, to me, there's so much to go do, and we use our RV in a way that it's our hotel on wheels. So, that being said, I just feel like we just hit so many great things this weekend. So, let me just say it to you this way. It's not yet. In a couple days is our anniversary. And we're hitting
Happy anniversary.
And we're hitting 15 years, and Neil and I, this is our second marriage. Yeah. We're a blended family, so we have lots to celebrate. We still like each other.
I like you very much.
And we're each other's best friends. And so we
She likes me too, I could tell.
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
We wanted to go and, have just an us weekend, locally. Because we had kids going away, and it was just one of those weekends, Columbus Day weekend, also known as Canadian Thanksgiving for me.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you. To me.
And to you.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary.
But we
and Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I didn't make any turkey this weekend. We really wanted to get out there and celebrate our anniversary and just, it's kind of a different way to use, for us, how we've used the RV since 2008 has been, hotel on wheels for the kids and the family, and it's always been pretty much about the kids and us, and that's how we like it.
Oh, it's been great, and I think that's been awesome to experience what we've grown and watched them do with the kids. We've had memories with the kids.
We've made some great memories with them. However, they're growing up and starting to move on, and I'm not going to say I'm having a great time with that, but I'm not sitting around crying about it, but it's been a bit of an adjustment, and this was one of those weekends. It just turned out that nobody was going to be around.
No.
We're like, hey, let's go away. So there's so much to kind of sink your teeth into the fall. We've done a show way back in the beginning. What number is this one anyway?
I don't know.
I think we're nearing 70 or over 70.
71.
We're going to celebrate 71. On 100. Big celebration on 100.
Well, can we have balloons?
Balloons, streamers, champagne, some champs, whatever.
I like that.
But we did a show once about, getting out there. We did some fall camping sort of a theme. And there's so much going on. Like, we have a lot going on up in our area, as I'm sure most do over the summer. There's lots of festivals. Like, pretty much every weekend there's 5 different things you can go to. Well, when you really open your eyes and look around, that's what's going on in the fall, too. There's a lot going on. There's fall festivals. There's a lot of the corn mazes. We just really got looking like there's so much to do. And where we are up in the Northeast, this is peak foliage, the fall foliage season. And it is gorgeous right now. And we're having a beautiful Indian summer. And what a great opportunity to be able to go out. We ended up going not too far. We decided to stay a little bit local, and we drove about an hour and a half away. And we ended up staying in Franklinville at Triple R RV Resort.
Yeah, it was really, really nice there.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
You could check it out on Facebook. We did a couple pictures, some video. It was just beautiful. It was a little chilly one day, but mostly the sun was shining, and that just showed the leaves off. Like, that in itself, wasn't that just beautiful?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Like, just peaceful. And the way Triple R is built, it's sort of on a hillside.
Yeah, it's kind of built
Very cascading kind of.
It's kind of built up. So a lot of the sites, it's like you go up a couple of feet and then it flatens out and then goes up again and flattens out.
Talk about a great walk.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
We got our steps in.
We did our walk, and I think my Fitbit said we did 23 floors walking
they
up.
also have fully stocked bass pond for fishing, which was really, it was sort of right in the middle of the whole RV resort. It'll be, actually for us, I definitely want to go back next year at this time.
Oh, it was great.
And we'll have the kids then, I mean, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and see if they want to go with us. But it was a great spot just in itself. I mean, I think it'd be a great spot in the summer.
It'd be great in the summer.
They've got so many activities. It's very family-oriented. There seems to be a lot of seasonal campers. I could see why. It's a terrific spot. And
well, we've actually talked to a couple of people we know who they have memories of going there as kids.
Yeah, it's been around a long time. Yeah. We met the owners, John especially. We got talking with him. They got a lot of great deals, for like early season into April. He was mentioning a special price for 3 weeks of camping starting in April. So, we'll have a link on our Facebook page if anybody wants to go check them out and send you in the right direction. But, in the summertime, they have a pool. There's a kiddie pool. There was a volleyball,
basketball,
like a beach volleyball, laser tag, tons of activities. All the staff there was really nice.
Yep, everybody was good.
I love that they even had like a sort of a Canadian Thanksgiving thing going on this past weekend. It was a dish to pass, and lots of activities going on. I noticed we walk around a lot, mostly for exercise, but I think secondary is to check out the other RVs. And there was everything from diesel pushers to tent pop-up camping.
Yeah, it was
so
really,
they welcome everybody. They can
really
take big rigs.
Crowd,
yeah, so they have lots of 50-amp spots, full hookups. And guys, it's a beautiful spot. We just enjoyed the hospitality there. The site, like we got their last site because we kind of called last minute to see when we could get in. And it was the very first spot as you drive in. We're like, who cares?
Well, it was right next to the road.
It was right next to the road. But it was amazing. We had all this. I would almost go back there again, because they had tons of room.
Yeah.
There, I didn't feel on top of each other at all.
And Franklinville is not exactly like a booming metropolis. It's kind of like a very quaint town, and where Triple R is located is a little off the beaten path. So there wasn't a lot of cars driving by. You can be right next to the road and have an odd vehicle coming by.
And we were really just there to sort of soak up the beautiful, view.
It was like nature weekend.
It really was, but it was also a good spot for us talking about the festivals. There's every weekend, I think, pretty much going on in a nice town called Ellicottville, New York. Very quaint ski town. But they've turned themselves brilliantly. Whoever does their PR every weekend. In the winter, of course, they're at Ski Town. So there's Kissing Bridge, Hollymont, Holly Valley. There's a bunch of ski spots. But they've turned the summer and fall, I think pretty much even into spring. They've got something going on every weekend. So there's lots of draw down there. So this was a big weekend on Columbus Day weekend to go down. There was a whole art festival.
It was the arts and crafts show.
Arts and crafts show, but there was also a Oktoberfest thing going on. It's kind of a big drink fest. And then not too far in Letchworth State Park area, there's a whole craft show over there. So like I said, and I mean, if we really got looking, between haunted hay rides, there's a big haunted hay ride thing that goes on out in Corn Maze that goes on out there. We're too scared to do that
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm not doing that.
That terrifies me.
Not doing it.
Especially the clown thing.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
You guys all know about out the big news now is these creepy clowns showing up everywhere. I do not need to be in a haunted corn maze with some clown there, so I will avoid that at all costs. Absolutely. But we had a great weekend. We ended up, so this was like a good spot for us to be out there to enjoy nature, but we also went into town and we got to go to a craft show. It also is not far from the Seneca Allegheny Casino.
Yeah, that was kind of nice because somebody was a big winner.
Yeah, won some money. Woo. And we had a nice dinner.
Dinner was very good.
Patria's or Patria's, I'm not sure how to say it.
So
we did so much. We got up there on a Friday and we just sort of made our own dinner that night, had a fire, chilled out, enjoyed a glass of wine.
Really, actually, let's be honest, because this was our first trip, we were really unpacking and figuring out where everything goes.
Our big exciting thing on Friday night was a drive to Walmart.
Yeah.
There was a Walmart because it's out there,
30 minutes away.
Yeah. We went into Walmart in Springville, New York, and we kind of just having the two of us in there, we saw sort of what, because we like to glamp up the RV. As nice as, I mean, this is a beautiful fifth wheel. I mean,
it's great.
It's got just nice finishes.
It's got everything you need, but
we wanted
it needs some touches.
We'll just need some homey touches, because to us, this is our second home. Mm-hmm. I'd like it to be our first home. I could live in that thing. I really left that weekend going, yes, I could full-time in that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That
as much as I loved the Class A motorhome, I loved it. I did, and we made great memories. I couldn't really envision living in it. It didn't have that flow and that residential feel to me.
It still felt like a motorhome, because you had a driver's seat, and there's always a steering wheel there in the front part. This one gives you the whole it's just, residential feel.
I felt like, I don't know, like I was in a cottage or something.
It's like 700 square feet of like living space, and every bit of it's usable.
But we wanted to sort of warm it up a little bit, so when we went to Walmart, we grabbed a bunch of different rugs. The floor is beautiful. It's got sort of this laminate plank wood look to it. And a little slippery.
It was really slippery.
And that was a little tough for the dog, so we're like, well, let's go get some carpets.
And me, I fell.
Yeah, you fall on coming upstairs, not even going downstairs.
No, this was an epic fail. Well, it wasn't that bad. I had socks on.
Did I see that?
Yeah, kind of. No, you were in the other room. I was sitting on the couch.
I'm
and
like,
the couch,
what are you talking
about? It has
about?
really, really nice leather couches, and they must have just been cleaned or polished. And I was sitting there in my socks, and I slid off the couch onto the floor.
And you didn't even have any wine yet.
Nope. And it was, but I'm safe. I don't get hurt.
I am so lucky to be married to you for 15 years.
I'm a hottie.
Yeah.
I'm a hottie.
Still alive. Wow. But there was like everything's so new and it's so shiny and slippery. Cool. So we thought, one thing, and we've talked about this in past shows, is, you got to make our pet came with us.
Yes.
On a romantic fall foliage weekend.
Yeah, it was just us.
And the dog,
Billy.
and Billy.
Yeah.
So that was something, if you're going to, that was a little thing, as Billy's 11 years old. Little side note, we've done shows about the pets and taking them along in the journey and bringing all the creature comforts of home and all of that stuff. But that was something, because like all she needs is her blanket that she lies on that day. But there were little things we've got the bowl, her dog bowls, and we bring her crate. She's crate trained, so we try to keep things as normal as possible for her. Being 11, she is so into her routine. Mm-hmm. I mean, we made her that way. We're very routine people, so.
No, I think she was always like that, to be honest with you. I think she was born
sort of
routine.
So that's why she fits so nicely into our family.
Billy will sit on a blanket most of the day. And there's times Kathy's like, I really think she should go outside and go for a walk. So we'd go for a walk. She'd take 20 steps and be like, okay, I'm done. I'm done.
She doesn't think she's a dog. She really just sort of wants to perch and be.
She's like, I'll come back inside and lay on my blanket. And...
I was expecting her to feel a little anxious and nervous, because we were planning on coming and going a little bit. Mm-hmm. And, we let her stay in the RV and just be on her own. She can handle that. I just didn't know how well she would adjust. I mean, I think she even felt the true hominess.
Oh, she liked it.
She just was like, I am happy.
Yeah.
But we bring her things. So, and after we hit the Walmart and we put the rugs down, it was just a little easier for her to get around.
Yeah, it was good.
And so then she started to sort of like branch out a little bit more and make, sniffing around and seeing what was up. But she was really happy there. She was really happy. Sometimes she does this thing, and she'll, like I said, she's crate trained, so she goes in her crate at night, and she does this breathing thing when she's kind of an anxious dog. So it's like, you'll be sound asleep, and I can't even, it's like, it's like this deep breathing down at the end of the bed. Yeah. So that did not happen.
No.
All weekend. We were there a couple nights.
She was just like chill, went to sleep, and she was happy. She was
as relaxed. And how did you feel in it? Were you
relaxed? Felt very, very happy, very relaxed. I thought the place was just incredibly homey. I know that I'm not exactly the one going, oh, yeah, let's full-time sometimes, but I could.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, because one of the things I know I could totally full-time.
Yeah.
I think once we get Olivia through high school, she's our last. We've got one graduating high school this year, but I could totally see myself living in something like that. I'm all about...
I can't still, but I can see us like...
Really? Even after the weekend?
Totally, yeah, but I can see us like being
Tell me why.
Because I like having a house. I don't know. I like having a condo.
But that was a house. It's such a house.
It is a house, but it's still, you're in a campground. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But I mean, for me, it's like the travel part of it. Like I could go away for 2 months, easy.
But that's the whole thing.
That's not full-time.
I want to see it. No, full-timing to me would be like you'd have it stationary, and then, all right, let's unhitch and go somewhere with it.
Yeah.
So that's full timing.
No, full timing means to me that you don't have another place to go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Correct, and I don't want to do that right now.
Well, we can't right now, but could you foresee it more after the weekend?
This week, yes. I could see that it's this, especially with this model, it's incredibly doable.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like the storage
Absolutely.
is
The storage is
ridiculously
great.
good.
Yeah.
We did a lot of organizing too. Like we went and got other things, and I thought of a few more things we need to get. Like Neil had to really organize the undercarriage.
Yeah, and actually that worked out really well. But let me get back to the full-time thing real quick, because there's a lot of you guys...
We're not on the same page with that.
No, not really, but we're there. We're close. There's a lot of you guys I know.
No. Let me say, I'm there. I'm waiting for you to join me.
Yeah, I'm working on it. But there's a lot of you guys out there that are full-timing, and I give you incredible amounts of respect, and I can totally appreciate it. Matter of fact, there's part of me that is jealous about it, because you can get up and go someplace if the weather's not great, and like, for instance, in Florida, there was a hurricane. If your home base is in Florida and you're full-time...
By the way, our kids were down there. Three or four of our kids were in Orlando.
They were in Orlando.
During that time, so thank goodness. I hope everybody was safe through that listens to us.
But in that situation, yes, and so do I. I hope everybody's safe. But in that situation, you can unpack and unhook and go. Just go and avoid the storm.
Yeah.
So, or else if you're like in a place
that
you're not really loving the area or the seasons are changing, you can travel on. I mean, that goes
back to
appealing.
one of our favorite stories of how we even got into RVing. I really give a lot of credit to this gentleman that was from Kingston, Ontario, Canada, that talked to Neil and I in probably 2007 at the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And we were just...
With his wife and grandchildren.
Yeah, with his wife and grandkids. And we were just talking in line and got talking how he's from Canada. Oh, I said, I'm from Canada too. And one thing led to another, and how he traveled at the time was... I think he had a Class A, is what I remember.
I think
he had a diesel.
Yep.
But we just talked about it. I said, well, what do you do if there's a storm? He goes, I just unplug and I leave. I take my house with me. So I got, I think about those things during time.
Yeah, that's a nice thing.
I was seeing we got connected and hooked up on the Grand Design RV forum. There's an RV Owners Forum.
Facebook page.
On Facebook. And there was a lot of people going, what should I do? I'm going to, tack down and stay. And that would be the last thing I would do, is if there's a hurricane coming my way towards a fifth wheel or motorhome, whatever, I'd get hightail out of there.
Yeah, one guy wanted to see if I could...
But that guy had it right in Kitchener.
But the guy on the forum page was
everybody's like, get out!
There was 105 comments. He's like, what would you do? And they're like, leave.
Yeah.
It was that simple.
Kind of a no-brainer.
You just leave.
But that's the glory of it, and that's what I love about the ability just to kind of come and go as need be. But, we have a business still to run. I'm not talking anything right now. But, we just have to probably figure out what that's going to mean for us down the road.
And I would love to go...
The older we get, the more I want to travel, and,
And
that's
I would
what
love
life's
to
all
sit
about
on
to
a
us.
beach for a couple months and move beach to beach to beach. Like, that's living,
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that, too. But for me, at this
Somehow
point
we're
in my
making
life...
money in that. I don't know how.
I don't know. That's the other part. But
we're working on it.
Right now, I can't see that.
Because we're not there.
I think that's some of it.
Yeah.
But this particular model that we have now, being in a fifth wheel, whatever you want to call it now, I love it.
And I think that
we should have had this
everybody's
years ago.
got their own thing. Like, we see people driving around in the, B pluses, and on there. I mean, that's the one thing. Like, we're driving this big, huge thing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the drivability of it. Like, I could see we bought this thing going, this is probably the last one, and then I see other people driving in things smaller as they get older. I'm like, maybe I'll get a smaller one later. But
I like Airstreams.
Right now, I'm loving. They're great. Right now, this thing is amazing, but it's been a bit of a learning curve for us.
Oh, just a little bit.
Like the driving, you guys got to go check out on YouTube and on Facebook. We posted our first time backing up. You're doing pretty good. I can't say we. I mean, I just guide it. Even in the Class A, I drove it.
Yeah.
But the backing up just wasn't something I love to do. I'll guide and I'm there for you, babe, but that was on you.
Well, I think a lot of you guys who do this,
you?
There's like a division of labor. So it was great. It was great. No, it was really awful. The first time we backed up was awful.
You're lying.
It was awful. But I think this
It's
last time we got there, I think I'm onto it. I think when we just put it in storage yesterday.
I don't know that there's a way someone can just tell you how to do it.
No,
there's
I've watched
videos.
I've
and all
watched
that.
videos and stuff.
Yeah, but you got to. Somebody says you got to point it. You point the trailer in the direction you want it to go, and you follow it.
That's exactly what we have.
And I think it's a feel. And I think the same thing happened to us with, I mean, it was a learning curve. Just even when we first got into RVing, we were driving a Class C. So that was a big, we went from a minivan to that.
Yeah.
And then we went from a Class C to Class A. Well, that was a learning curve. Jumped into that, made that happen. So we went into this with the same...
And then we went to another Class A that was a bigger Class A.
Right. But it's been the same kind of thing. Like, we're not afraid to try something new. No. We're going to be safe. We're going to use our minds, heads, get the heads in the game and do this right. We don't want to cause an accident.
No,
we don't want to break anything. So we were watching lots of videos and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? We're just going to have to get into it and try it. So, I mean, first of all, we're now full-time driving a F-350 from a Kia Soul.
Which I love.
We are in love with that thing.
You love the truck,
don't you?
Oh, my God,
I do. Now that we got the running boards on it, because you really have to climb Mount Everest to get up into it. But I love it. It's powerful. We can, move stuff if we need to move stuff.
Well, we have, so everybody knows,
great.
We have a F-350 crew cab with an 8-foot bed, XLT turbo diesel with a 6.7 liter engine, and it has and it's all-wheel drive. Tons of power. 8-foot bed means that when we pull into a parking space, we are a parking space and
without the fifth wheel attached. We
just the truck.
We take up a spot and a half.
Yeah.
So we are getting our steps in because we park far away from everybody.
Yep.
And or we've learned to back into a spot because we just hang over too much in a regular spot. And you just gotta make sure. It's so funny when we drive. It's just easy just to go to the store. It's like, okay, where are we gonna park? And okay, how about over here? Because you can back in and it's easy and there's not a lot of cars around you. It's almost as much work to drive into some parking lot without the fifth wheel than it is with.
And then close the mirrors because they're hanging out too far.
Mirrors hanging out. A lot of people have dualies and all these different kinds of cars. I think I wouldn't be as happy with the ride. We learned on this time the previous owner, who incidentally we got to meet
the
night that we were staying at Colton. That first night we got to stay there. The guy in the next spot over, we had bought this was a 2015 truck, and it had been the gentleman's next to us.
Yeah.
He's the one that traded it in. And he just looked at it, and it was so reassuring to talk to him because he's like, that, I miss it. I miss that truck.
Yeah,
but he had added airbags to the truck, the suspension.
So, you guys, first off, we did really, really well on this truck when we got it. It's a 2015. It had 20,000 miles on it, so the depreciation was someone else's, and we got it for an amazing price.
Yeah.
So that,
you get into trucks, you're talking over $50,000, and we
we're ahead of the game.
That way down.
So that was good. The other one is he put airbags in it, and if anybody knows what airbags is, I didn't, but I learned. It had
You said airbags is.
Oh, yeah. What airbags are.
What is it? What is they?
But now I does know. But what they are is basically they add to the suspension.
Didn't even know this existed, did you?
No
Never
idea.
Heard.
They add to the suspension. So when you put on a heavy vehicle, like the fifth wheel, I had to learn how to fill them up, and some of them are automatic. They have the compressor built in. Ours has to manually be added to it. And it adds stability to the shocks, which was kind of nice because we drove up, and I didn't realize this because I hadn't checked the airbags before. One airbag was set for 16, the other one was for 36. And when we were driving, there was a shifting that was occurring. I know that we're not used to this, and I know it's a chucking that occurs, and something else called yaw, but that's another thing I'm learning about.
Chuck and yaw.
Chuck and yaw.
That's just fun to say.
There was
chuck and yaw.
Sounds cool.
Anyways, I feel kind of cowgirl-like when I say that.
Yeah. So there was this whole effect that was going on, and once we balanced the airbags, I probably could even add more air to them.
That made all the difference because I was like, how are we going to drive 20 hours in this thing?
Yeah.
Chucking and yawing all the way down to Florida next year. But then
it's amazing how much they helped.
Yeah, when we were at the RRR, they had the compressor there. So Neil says, "Let me go fill them up." He looked up. Google's a wonderful thing because any questions we have, we go look at the Grand Design RV owner forum, or just Google it, and it tells you how much air to put in. And that made 100% difference.
It was
and
a
in
nice
fact,
ride
you could
home.
probably add more air to it, you thought, than you did.
Yeah, I don't know the exact. Now, this is the thing because we didn't put it in.
Maybe you guys do. Give us some feedback.
Well, every airbag is different, and I saw most of them have 100 psi as the maximum. One particular one had 50 psi as the maximum, so I wasn't quite sure. I'm assuming that they're 100, but I don't know the make and model of the airbag, and I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it doesn't say or anything.
Yeah, so that's
we
the other
didn't know
part.
to ask that guy next to us.
Right.
That was all new.
No, he just said he spent a couple hundred, like a lot of
They're
money.
about $700.
About $700.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He spent $700 on the airbag and suspension. So.
Yeah. No, it's been great. The hitch worked out really well.
Yeah, the hitch was great.
Neil is a natural at backing up for real. You're natural.
Thank
you. Together we're making that happen.
Yeah.
But you have a real good vision as you're coming back. You're able to see how to, where to drop the pin and get it pretty much on top of it for backing up. So, that's been our biggest learning curve. But now we've had the one night at the parking lot of trying that. That was the first time. But then the whole weekend of, doing it, and it was kind of nice. We missed the kids,
Totally missed the kids.
We totally enjoyed our time together, though. It was so good to reconnect and just be you and I and out there and enjoying the fall foliage and all the festivals and everything. It was just so fun. But it was also a great way to test drive. I would hate to take this out next spring and okay, here we go.
We're going to Florida.
And I would love to. I'm still kind of holding out hope that we might get one more weekend in. We are having a nice fall, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, the only problem, and I'm not trying to be negative about this, is what's open.
I know.
What's open, and I don't blame them. They've had a long season.
Again, we want the hookups, so that's the problem. It's just everything can ice up here pretty quick. So
you're hedging your bets on that one for anybody.
But I'm just waiting to see. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just not. I guess I'm not ready to say it's over. We were so sad when we packed up and everything yesterday. But I thought it went really well. I mean, we're digressing so much, but there's so many things.
We're all over the place. We're excited.
Well, there's a lot to cover with what's been going on with getting the new RV. A lot of people were really excited for us and wondering how the learning curve would be. The biggest question I get is what do you feel? Do you miss the Class A coach, or do you like your fifth wheel? And I don't want to down whatever anybody likes. You like.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's got.
It's all a personal choice.
It's all a personal choice, and we loved and made great memories in the Class
Absolutely.
A. But I know, when a glove fits, right?
Yeah.
This glove fits, and it is exactly what I think it would never have worked except for now, because there's no way we could travel in that thing. Safely, you would have all your family member in the truck. You wouldn't put them in the back of the fifth wheel. I don't think that's wise. And I don't know how people do that, because it closes up. You can't even move around in it.
No, there's this one room we have.
It's different than in the Class A.
Well, the room we have, it's almost like an office bonus room. You'd be confined to the
bedroom and the bathroom.
Yeah, you couldn't even really move, and you can't really even open the bedroom door much to get through it.
No, you can't. Actually, you can't even close it up unless the bedroom door's closed.
Right.
So there's nowhere to travel in the back there.
No, which is good. So, you shouldn't.
For 6 of us to fit into, we could fit into the truck, but oh my goodness, travel 20 hours with 6 people in that car.
Yeah,
I think we'd kill each other.
But at this point in our life,
the timing was right.
Yeah.
We're never going to have more than 5 people in there. On average, there's going to be 3 or 4. And other kids, where we're at in our life is some kids are going to fly in. And if they come, then the other ones may fly in, fly out. That's what we've done in the past. One of them lives down south, so he'd just meet us in the car. So there's a lot of what we love about this model. There's so much option for just every kind of vacation possible. There's enough room for all of us and some spouses or girlfriends or boyfriends. There's enough room for grandkids. There's enough room for just being you and I, and not for it then to feel empty because there's too much extra room. Yeah. It is the perfect space. And check out the layout. We've done some videos on a walkthrough of it, so you see what it looks like, and there's pictures and all of that too. It's a great layout.
The Grand Design Solitude is just fantastic.
Well, they kind of call it the Cadillac.
It's like the Cadillac of it. When you have I'm not trying to sell the Solitude on anybody, but I got to tell you, take a look at it. It was awesome. The 6-point leveling system, for a lot of you guys who are in fifth wheels already, you have a 6-point leveling system. I didn't feel anybody walking. There's no sway. We used to get it even in the motorhome. We'd have a lot of that. If the kids came in,
even with
it would move. There was nothing.
No.
And then also in this one, we have a front bedroom. So when it's just the 2 of us, and when we're out, when the kids are somewhere with us, they can come and go as they please, and we won't hear or feel them at night. So, and there's a separation. The bathroom actually is a big separation for us. Yeah. So it's kind of nice. It's a great layout for us.
And moving forward. The main point too, talking about this all today, is getting out there and for us, we're trying to, Neil and I work together. We're together all the time. Where people say, oh my gosh, how do you guys do it? But we are each other's best friend.
But we do it very well.
We do it really well. We communicate effectively. We've got a good, solid relationship.
Sometimes I can be annoying.
Well, no one's perfect. Neither am I. But it was a really great thing. It doesn't matter what time of year it's at. That just sort of worked out for us that it was our anniversary.
Yeah.
And it's this beautiful time of year. I mean, here we are sitting taping this show, and the sun's streaming in, and these beautiful leaves are all around us. And it's kind of, brings in sort of a romantic feel.
Yeah.
And one thing Neil and I have to make sure we do, because we work together, is draw that line of work and home and not talk about work all the time. So there's something great about getting in that RV and going.
Yeah.
For us, a staycation is nice if you're home for a couple days or whatever, but suddenly you're back to work again. You're in work mode. There's something that's what we love about RVing, is just getting and going and getting away. Even if it's half an hour away, you're not home. You're not doing laundry. You're not doing reports. You're not doing all the things that we do in our regular lives that we love. It's just, you got to get away. Life is too short. You got to get away and take that time. And Neil and I were able to take this time this weekend to celebrate married 15 years together. We've been together almost 17. And we've worked really, really hard. Somebody asked me on Facebook, well, how do you guys do it? I didn't know if it was a little bit snarky, but someone said, how do you guys afford all of these RVs? You know what? It's a priority for us.
It is a priority.
We don't have a big house. We have one vehicle that Neil and I drive. Kids all have lease cars, things like that. We have priorities of, we don't have a big house that we can't afford to do other things. We live in a condo so that we can do this.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's all about prioritizing. And Neil and I work really, really, really hard.
Really hard.
We're not rich.
No.
We are not. We are middle-class folk.
We're lucky.
We're lucky, and we
We're
work hard,
lucky.
and I think we put good stuff out there, and we are blessed. I think that good stuff comes back when you put good stuff out there.
And we appreciate it, too.
Oh, you have to have gratitude every day, and just, be so grateful for whatever you have. So somebody said to me, also on Facebook this weekend, oh, I wish we could afford something like that. We just have a pop-up. We can't. And I just said, you can glamp in a pop-up.
Oh, yeah,
it's
can.
all about going with some style and pizzazz and putting your own stamp on it. And just sort of, making it special.
You can glamp in a tent.
Absolutely.
You can glamp with anything.
Come on. There's actually a glamping campground 10 minutes away. Yeah. And they have
it's like yurts
and
tents
everything. Yeah, you can glamp in a tent, for crying out loud. You can glamp in a diesel. It's all up to
rent a cabin
how
and
you
glamp
do it.
there.
It's all up to how you do it, and it is enabling us to get out there and have a nice trip. And we're just making great memories.
So I'm going to blow your mind on this one.
Oh God,
glamping is a state of mind.
Ooh, that's
deep,
that's
right?
like a bumper sticker. We should make that.
That was good, but it is really. I think any place you can go, you can glamp. You can make it your own.
Did that just come to you?
I'm a genius.
That lightning just struck.
I'm a genius. There's my once.
That's it.
There's my once.
We're done.
No, but it is a state of mind though. If you think about it,
absolutely.
So
we'll work really hard. Like this, I did feel like this guy was sort of like, oh, glamping isn't all about just having a nice RV. In fact, we just got a cheaper one, okay? We just got a cheaper RV so we can do more. I'm all about keeping the overhead low.
Oh, yeah.
So we spread our dollar like you have no idea.
Yep.
And if I can do it, anybody can do it. But, it's up to what your priorities are. Maybe someone else prefers to go to the casino a lot. Well, you know what? That's extra money every month that you could be probably making an RV payment.
Yeah.
So it's
always
about priorities.
Well, you always say you never know how people's money is.
No.
You never know how
we have
people's
not
money
won the
is.
lottery, nor have we inherited any.
No.
But it's just a priority for us, and we make it happen.
We work hard and appreciate it all, and just budget and.
Yeah. Well, another thing that we do too is sort of like from now until spring, we just work a lot.
Oh yeah.
And save for trips for next year.
This weekend was probably our last.
Don't say it. Don't say it. It's heartbreaking.
Our last day off.
Stop it.
Until April.
It's not our last day off. What are you talking about?
Saturday doesn't
It's our
count.
last RV trip. I know.
But it's our last.
With hope that maybe I get one more in there, but.
Yeah, but we won't be taking time off during the work week.
No.
Well, there you go.
As far as Other than holidays, yeah.
This is it.
You're right. And that's how we save for next year. So I kind of like pile that away and go play. And so that's when I say we work hard so we can play hard. The next 6 months are just like go, go, go.
It's work for 6 months, and then we have 8 weeks that we have fun.
all year. But we're just conserving and preserving and reserving our money.
I mean, honestly, our work day starts for us, and now this is not to complain, but we work hard, and I'm really proud of us. Our work day starts at 5:30 when we wake up.
And usually till about 10 o'clock at night.
So about 10 o'clock at night.
So when we go play, we play.
And we have a great time and appreciate every single moment of it.
So, all right, now you're going on and on.
I can't help it.
But it's to inspire you guys so like if we can do it, anybody can do it.
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line. So, at this time of year, check out what's out there in your area or, something, even in a 2-mile radius to, go out and tent camp. Honestly, it was warm enough. People could have tent camped this weekend, I think, there. But, there's so many festivals still going on.
And if you're in wine country, there's so much.
Just take advantage of the year. For me, the longer I can make sort of summer, autumn stretch, I'm not much of a winter person. So, I don't love winter. I'd like a white Christmas and then it can all go away. And I'd like to go Canadian, right to spring. I'm not a good Canadian if I don't appreciate that.
And you don't like beer.
But, I just really feel like it makes the year go by a little bit more pleasant for me if I can continue summer as long as possible. So see what's out there. Use your RV as a chance to, if you still have kids at home, if you have a chance to get away, it's a great way to have a nice romantic time away.
Absolutely.
We reconnected. We did some fun stuff. We stayed in a central spot that we went from anywhere from, we did splurge at the casino one night and had some fun. At least we walked away with some money. I had some nice dinners out. We made some meals. We talked. We planned things. And just we're together and just sort of in the present and in the moment. And it was just really nice and just celebrated our relationship.
It was nice just to be just with you like that. And I thank you. I had a great time.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Firm handshake.
You're so welcome.
Looking you in the face.
High five. High five on a good weekend.
No, that was
awesome.
It
really was. We came back. It was so fun.
It was fun.
So, try to check that out in your area and see what else is out there. You guys, we'd love to hear from you, getting show ideas. If anyone's interested in doing some advertising with us, we're always open to that. We're very affordable in our advertising plans. Contact us. We love to talk one-on-one and plan something that's affordable for you. How do they get a hold of us now?
If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can reach us at email or on email at Oh my God. You can get us through email at rvglampingadventures@gmail.com. You can also check out Kathy's great blogs at www.rvglampingadventures.com. You can also find us on Twitter at RVGlampers. We're on YouTube at RVGlampingAdventures. And also on Instagram, which is
RV Glampers.
RV Glampers.
I don't know how they can't find us. We're everywhere.
Oh yeah, and Facebook.
What?
Did I leave Facebook off? Yeah, and you know what we should do more of was the Facebook Lives.
We're going to do more Facebook Live. That was so fun talking with you guys. We really think of you as like extended family. We love it.
Yeah, you guys are great. And the comments
take the time to talk to us. It's great. It's great. So anyway, everybody have a great long weekend. Have a great week. We will promise to get back to you next week with a new show.
Take care.